Hello, here with another analysis. This is game by Meliodas. That's who we'll be watching. He's going to be playing Slark this game, and he wants to know what he could have done to abuse the enemy team's bad draft. So I ended up losing this game. It ends up being like 15 minutes. So this seems like a lower MMR game. Look, it said normal skill bracket. Just for perspective. Alright, let's check out what we got going on here. Okay, this is not a starting build. The fuck is this? Okay, so first things first. Are you going offline actually? Okay, that might make a little more sense. I saw your skill build in here where you maxed. I think you got 2 levels of pounce earlier, which is kind of weird. So generally, just to speak about the skill list here, one, he's a terrible offlane hero. You shouldn't pick Slark thinking, oh, I'm going to go have fun in the offlane, because you're not going to have fun in the offlane against competent teams. Now, you can make the argument that, hey, it's low MMR, so they're clearly not going to be competent, which may or may not be true, but you should always play if the enemy team is good, and then, you know, play correctly yourself. The second thing, this item is retarded. You're in the offlane, or in any lane, you're going to take a certain amount of harass. You came to lane with no regen. You can start poor man shield tango. Why you felt the need for 2 branches is kind of stupid. You're not going to be able to handle really any harass here, which is going to hurt you in the long run. What's this guy doing? This looks like he should be supporting, but fuck if we know, right? But we're going to watch this quicker, because, so the reason, we'll talk a little about the skill build and that you end up doing. So you always want to max Dark Pact, because maxing Dark Pact 1 is a better nuke in terms of like getting kills. This guy's an idiot. You can't really walk up in this lane. You get stunned into Ursa and you're gonna have a bad time. So Dark Pact lets you farm in the jungle to catch up to. So since this is also a lower skill game, you're gonna have tons of creeps that are available. Even if you're on a 5 carry team like this. This guy's an idiot. Just keeps dying. The gyro can't walk up, and I think he's trying to creep. So yeah, this build is really bad, but this isn't really a safe lane Slark, but whatever. This doesn't really abuse their draft that much anyway. I don't know what you're doing. You just ate a bunch of harass for no reason. Just ran around in circles. And you're just like rushing treads. See, like, and you want to go 1-1-1. You always, like, your first 3 skills should always do 1-1-1 on this hero. Because hitting someone with an essence shift removes 1 strength, which is like doing another 20 damage, basically. So, like, each time you're attacking someone, you're removing 20 HP from them. So there's no reason not to go 1-1-1 usually. You usually want, like, the pounce and that first, and then you max Dark Pact. Sometimes there's some variation, but like if they have a projectile stun like a Sven or something, that's what you're going to want to do. Something you can be doing here that you're not, is you want to like aggro the creeps to get them closer to you so you can actually get shit done. I guess you're just getting runes though. This doesn't seem like it's going to be very action packed early game. We're probably just going to rush through this. Because I think what you do later on is going to be a bigger deal, like your item choices and stuff. Gyro chooses to die again. It's like, this is bad. Like, you have to be kind of scared because you have no HP. Like, you only get your regen when you're at level 6. You need regen until you're 6 because now you just have to go back to base. Eventually you have Salve and a Tango and it'd be so much better. You're still not getting regen. Regen's not optional early on. Every fucking hero needs it. It's costing you so much. You're still gonna have a tough time in that lane, but still. It is a dual lane. Like you should be able to get kills on the Lina if you avoid the other guy enough. So. Did you already take the stun when you leaped? Or when you packed it? I think you did. I'll have to rewatch that in slower speed because I can't see the timings. Oh, you do packed it successfully. Yeah, walking back there was a mistake. If you, as soon as you notice that Lina is 6, just know their burst is super scary if they hit you with anything. Because you're Slark, you have no hit points. Also, a stick would have been fucking wonderful this game. Like, you usually want to build very stat heavy on Slark, particularly if they have bursts like this. You can't run around with like Tread Shadow Blade, which from what I see is probably what you're going to end up doing. When they have something like Alina or this guy, or one of these stuns. Because like this stun does a lot of damage. Her nukes all do a lot of damage. So around low HP is going to get you fucking killed. I'm a big proponent of stat stacking on Slark. It's really good. But let's see what you do here. Just sitting back, you're not even in any experience range. She used her ult. You can see she has no mana, right? Oh no, I don't. She'll step back to base, or she got clarities and arcanes, whatever. I still stay in experience range. Just makes getting kills harder. Still have to be careful here, cause she still has full mana. You should know that. She can always come back. That's cool. Once you get 6, you can start like jungling using your Dark Pact or something if you can't get anything from lane. Lane is always preferable, but if you can't get anything, then you need to go back. So just to put in, like, if I'm picking Slark this game, here's the reason I'm picking it. You can do a few things pretty well. You're gonna have a hard time killing the Meatball. That's gonna be an issue. But he should also have a hard time killing you, I think. You get a Shadow Blade into a Silver Edge, and you definitely want the Silver Edge. What the Silver Edge lets you do is kill all 3 of them pretty easily. It'll also, if you have other people... Okay, so in the duel, for example, if you catch the AM in a duel and you hit him with the Silver Edge, your Pact and everything is going to do way more damage because it's going to disable his spell shield, which is a pretty... Oh my god, it's a Phase Boots AM. This is horrible. So with Phase Boots, when you blink, it disables your phasing. So you can't blink and phase at the same time. The cooldown's so short on blink that it's really bad. You can always have an idea when Ursa might be doing that too. Your team just has no supports right now, which is like also a problem. But we know they're bad, and you don't have a single support really, so you gotta do what you can. Like having a wand would be nice here. Once again, you shouldn't have this maxed, or even 3 levels in it. I don't think you max it first, but I could be wrong about this. What the hell are you building? Straight Yasha? Whatever. We'll see, I guess. So like right now, because you went off lane, you don't really have any farm. I don't think you were playing the lane particularly well. Like when they were playing super aggro early on, I think I should have talked about that more. I don't know why I didn't. Basically wasted the first few minutes of this video. Sorry about that. But you want to like aggro the creeps when you're in aggressive lanes like that. So to explain what I mean by that, which is like a really important just concept if you are playing a carry, because you need to know how to do this on every carry when you're in a difficult lane, and it'll let you get so much more. So let's say like the Ursa and the Lina. The Ursa's right here, the Lina is like right here, your creep wave is here. Sorry, their creep wave is here, yours is there. What you do is you walk within 500 range of the creep wave. So if we're using these as an example of their creeps, because that's usually where it would be, you'd walk to about here, attack one of their heroes. It doesn't matter where that hero is on the map, as long as you click attack on that hero from within 500 range of the creeps. The creeps will aggro to you for 4 seconds, letting you pull them farther, and then they'll de-aggro and go back to whatever the hell they were doing. What this lets you do is pull creeps to you that you can safely last hit and damage without taking needless harass from the Ursa and the Lina. Because if the Lina just throws out a stun and hits you, which you should be able to pact, but that's still, the pact's going to cost you damage, the stun's going to make you take damage, and then the Ursa wailing on you with like 1 or 2 hits is going to cause you to take damage. And then if you don't get the pact off, then you're going to take a ton of damage and maybe even die, which is really bad. So that's something you had to work on, and you could have probably gotten a little more out of the lane. Your Gyro is being an idiot and fed 5 times in the lane and is taking the creeps, so that definitely makes it difficult. But like your build is horrible too, and you had like no regen, which I have to emphasize is really bad. Like you need the regen to get you to 6 and let you play confidently until that point. He has a Bassi, but you usually want your own because you're going to be running around solo a lot too. It's not the end of the world though. Because once again, you're playing from an off-lane position. If you were a safe lane, I would have said you 100% need it, but since you're doing this weird off-lane thing, world. The stats from Aquila is really nice. Like, so generally, like, the items I tend to get pretty much without fail, and then from there there's some flexibility, will be treads, wand, drums, and an Aquila. And then a lot of times I'll go into a Shadow Blade after that. I can go S and Y after that. And what that does, it gives you crazy mobility. So you can go for aggressive dives, and because you have the drum boost and the general move speed advantage, you'll be able to get out of stuff because of your move speed advantage from Shadow Dance, and the drums letting you take advantage of that. And what I mean by that is, if people can see you, then you can't get the move speed advantage. So you have to be able to clear the distance and then get your move speed advantage, so you get your regen and everything. And what the drums and like a Sanji Yasha is going to let you do is get that. Since this is low level games, or really any pub game, even if you're at like 5k, 6k MMR, it doesn't matter. A Shadow Blade tends to be a good item, regardless, just in terms of winning a game. But you also can't really go too wrong with stats. Just sitting here doing nothing, like, okay, I don't know what you expected to happen here. So like here, you're sitting here doing nothing. You go and you get the rune, you look for the rune, rune's not there. Go into middle, you stand here, do nothing, go on an Ursa. Okay, there's nothing you should expect good from here. You didn't ult either. You could have realized that was a bad idea, ulted and gotten out. Okay, it's good you killed that, but there's no reason you should have died at all with your ult up. That's just a really bad play. So what you should be doing right now, so your team sucks. You know, it's low level games, everyone sucks, right? Your team is not utilizing your jungle. If you had your Dark Pack maxed right now, it's like once you have treads, you can do this really effective farming pattern. If you were safe landing, which you're not, but you can still do this pattern right now. So you have, we're just going to pretend that you're level 7, you have Dark Pack max, and you got treads. So you like run over to this camp, you switch to int treads, so you're decreasing the mana cost that it's costing you to do this. Activate your Dark Pact, switch to either strength or agility. Before you're level 11, strength is probably better. Hit them with your pact. You don't even necessarily need to attack the creeps. You can like do this looping motion where you aggro them and don't straight tank their damage. But you hit them all with the pact because they're following you around. And then you just repeat that until the camp's dead. You tread switch to int, use your Dark Pact, kill the camp, or sorry, damage the camp, do it 2 or 3 times if it's necessary. With this camp, I think you can do it like once, kill this creep, and then just auto attack that one down. And as you run to the next camp, you'll be healing up, and you just keep repeating that. And because of how low the Dark Pack cooldown is, it can be very, very efficient to farm like that. You might have wanted a bottle too, wouldn't be bad if you don't have the Aquila. Bottle's not bad, particularly if you're skipping something like drums or like a Scotty. If you're getting the Shadow Blade, you need some other form of regen, or after every kill you have to like go back to base. But I think the drums are really good. And if you get the drums like wand, you don't necessarily want a bottle. But the stats from like wand, drums, and like Aquila or something should be enough to sustain you most of the time without forcing you to go back to base. So you could have done this farming rotation once you hit like level 7 right now, and you could have gotten tons of farm, caught up, and then went on like a tear, killing everybody. Instead, let's see what you do. You AFK the fountain. That's good. It's definitely one way to approach the game. Okay, we start moving. I still have no idea what you're building here. I'm genuinely interested. You can usually not go wrong with having a wand. Those things tend to pay off very quickly. Like here, you're still just not farming. I know you end the game with like 3 creeps a minute on any single core that has like any reasonable ability to farm. The minimum, bare minimum you should get is like 5, and a Slark should have closer to like 8 to 10. Like I said, since you're offlane, you know, maybe the lower end of that's more reasonable, like 7 or 8 or something. And you have a bunch of other cores, but they don't take farm. In like the 60-minute game, hold on, let's check. In a 60-minute game, your team farms. It's not 60. It's a 50-minute game. Your team farms 750 creeps, with your Viper getting the most. Viper is a horrible hero and doesn't farm anything. Oh, clearly that's turning into an SMI. I'm an idiot. But never mind. I don't know what I mean. I think I thought it was for like the treads, but whatever. So you can get the Shadow Blade, and you can start gaming on people. You can, well, she can like return kill you, which can be kind of scary. But if you had more stats, she wouldn't be able to kill you. You could game on her. You could game on the Venge very easily. You can just nut up on her. If you get a Silver Edge, you can kill Ursa too. Because Silver Edge, what Silver Edge does, it's really great, is it disables passives. So you disable Fury Swipes, so he won't stack damage, but it also has a damage reduction aspect, which a lot of people don't think of, because you just think of the passive. But if we look, it's not letting me do that because I'm in player perspective. But if you look, it does like, I believe it's a 20 or 30% reduction. 40% damage reduction. Okay, I was a little off. Gives you a 40% damage reduction. So people like the Lena, like if you hit her with a, if you hit someone like the Lena with the Silver Edge and then start comboing her, her nukes and everything are going to do 40% less damage, which is huge. It's like increasing your HP by 40%. It's nuts. And still, you should be scared of here to an extent. So I think it's fine to farm in the woods here. You should be using Pack to do this though. Even though they take damage resistance, you're still not doing anything. Okay, you know they see you there too. Okay. Okay, so you knew they had a ward there because you have to. This is something you really have to pay attention to when you're a Slark. So when you're farming this camp, let's see if we know before we get in there. You walk over here. Okay, so they couldn't see you there. As soon as you finish killing this, you're not gonna have your passive regen or your speed when you're killing this. But as soon as you walk here, you should notice, hey, I don't have my move speed. You're lucky, so well, not lucky. I mean, there's good reactions there. Unlike that death over here, which is really bad. You're able to like get out, get the kill there. But now you know there's a war there, so you should try and avoid farming there, or at least pretending it's safe. You can't stand there for like 10-15 seconds farming a camp when their heroes can just jump you like that because she's got a blink. You're just on intros forever now. Do we switch? I'm getting really close to being proud here. Nope, still disappointed. So I mean, like, you could shadow, but like, I don't. The Treads S and Y seems kind of shitty. You could have gotten drums, could have gotten the wand. There's a lot of things you could have gotten here, and this is just stupid. It's just inefficient. It's not gonna help you farm. It's like a slow build to tanking up. If you want the tank up, you can buy the Sanj first too. You don't need the Yasha just because you're an agi hero. Like, because you should be worried about their nukes and their ability to burst you, so you can get the Sanj. But like, once again, just to backtrack, this is fucking horrible. You have two branches sitting here doing nothing. You can have a full wand. You can have a bracer. You can have drums. For this, for the cost of this, you could have drums and a full wand right now, which would give you a lot more in these fights, a lot more overall. Good old fight that's over. You get lucky. Oh no, that AM lives. What a hero. The fuck is this build? This is crazy. This is non-standard anti-mage play, let me tell you. But it's working for him, so how can we argue it? Get the old double Vlads. Classic. Classic. So like here, you just run bottom where this gyro is already. You can go in the woods and farm. There's no one here. There's no one farming here. You get this whole lane. You don't really care about trading hits with an anti-mage that much. I mean, you don't want to do it for long, but you know he's not going to kill you. Cool, you get a kill. That's nice. I think you might be able to turn... Well, I mean, like, that kill's nice, but you have to keep in mind, a kill is worth, like, 300 gold. We look. Slark kills Lena, 400 gold. You could farm out this whole jungle in, like, one wave. Or 2 waves, and that's worth, like, over 1,000 gold. So this did, like, nothing, and then you just left and walked top. Because now you have to deal with this AM split pushing. And the AM wouldn't have been able to split push like that if you were there. See, trading with him is awkward, because you can't kill him. Okay, did you not have an ult there? Yeah, you got mana broken down to it. So, his build is definitely weird. I wouldn't expect him to have that max, assuming this is a good game, but I also wouldn't have been as weak as you and would have killed him. So, you should just like aggro his creeps and then walk away. Or once you see him start attacking you and you're like, shit, I'm losing tons of mana, you should ult immediately. Oh no, your ult's on cooldown. Okay. Well, you're already committed on that at that point. You have no recourse to escape. But So generally speaking, you should be able to like farm that without many repercussions. And then if he goes on you, you just walk away with your ult. But your ult's on cooldown because of that little fight, and then I just, it's really bad. Once again, this goes back to your itemization being really shitty. Because you saw how close that was, even though you didn't have your ultimate. If you had actual good items, you probably would have killed him. Or forced him to blink away, and then you get to farm a wave. Because like you don't mind trading HP with another carry if you're a Slark. The problem is that he's going to drain your mana, which hurts you a lot. If you had a bottle, it wouldn't be bad. Because you don't have anything, it's just going to force you to go back to base. But like, even if you successfully trade with him there, then you get like a creep wave or two, then you can go back to base. Or maybe a creep wave or two, farm the woods, and then go back to base. Or like your options there. You don't want to overcommit in fights like this either. Like, what's our perspective like here? You're sitting in the woods, this guy jumps you. When you use your ult, you want to kind of weave in and out of the fight, or when your pact is down, because then you just get comboed right there. Like I guess you can't know the Meepo's there, but you don't know where anyone else is. You should assume they're near you. As a Slark, you don't want to die. Your hero's supposed to be super survivable, which is why he's annoying to deal with in games, and you're just blowing up all over the place. Like you're not doing in this game, which is really bad. Your team's not farming when you have 5 carries. Like it makes no sense that they out farmed you when you have 5 carries. Well, I mean, I guess AM and Meepo farm a lot, and then Meepo had 10 creeps a minute, which is pretty good, and a bunch of kills. So I won't say like he was the worst player in the world or anything, but you could have killed a Meepo at points in that game. It's hard. Maybe that's not fair. Maybe if the LC was there, you could kill him, or if the Meepo really screws up or has a low Meepo, because you should be able to poof the Meepo out before you can do anything, or poof the other Meepos in to kill you. Either way, it's not a very fun time. This is just horrible play. Like you have 80 creeps at 27 minutes. What's this anti-mage doing? This build is so clowny. It's a minute to pick this up. What's up, John? Yep. Sure, that's fine. Alright, bye. Okay, sorry, so we're gonna wrap this up pretty quickly, because like honestly, you've made so many mistakes at this point. Like, you need to focus on the mistakes I mentioned, which are catastrophic, and then like go from there. Because if you had like the silver edge, you have no items right now. You have like 5k of items. What's your net worth? 7k. It's pretty bad. It's a 4k item, $1,500 boots. Like, it's all worthless, man. There's so many things to improve on at this point. I watch like a lot of games, and most of them I watch like all the way through, but there's so many bad mistakes here. I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anything. It's that, like, it's such fundamental problems of like how you approached everything here, that it's like, if you just improve at that, like everything else will come pretty well. You didn't kill that creep there, which means that camp's not gonna respawn. So you'd miss out on that next camp next time you go to it. You know the rest of your team's not killing shit, so like, you just need to catch up. Like, you can't do anything at this point. This Venge is super tanky. Go here. So like, at this point, like, you're kind of weak. Like, maybe you can kill her, but once your ult's off, then you can't kill her. You can't really kill this guy, he's got too much HP. You can't kill her because she's got this, and she could just TP out. Like, you hit a point on Slark where you're supposed to like snowball and be tanky and be something that they have to deal with, and you're something they can all just ignore. And when their supports can just fucking ignore you, that's really bad. Because then what purpose do you serve in this game? And you've done this to yourself by dying a bunch, you're 3 and 5, and by not hitting creeps. So you've sabotaged yourself in this game to the point where you can't like have an impact anymore. I don't know why you thought Slark would be a counter. I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely not great. They have no way to. If you picked like a Doom or something, that'd be great. Doom's awesome. Doom is great in this patch. Like, Doom fucks anti-mage really hard. Killing Ursa pretty easily. You can kill anyone solo by yourself once you get the Aghanims, but it's particularly good against the anti-mage. If you're ever worried about carries, you can just pick a Doom. Slark is your way like, oh, they don't have control, I'm just going to run rampant all over this team. Or they have really easy to dodge stuns. Like they do. They have Avenge stun and Alina stun. Like if you played this game well, you could have snowballed out of control and killed everyone on their team except an AM. And then the way this AM is playing, you could probably even fucking kill him, to be honest. He's a terrible player. And the way he's skilled is just really bad too. Because if you had like a Silver Edge, I guess you got this by level 16, so... Well, what I was going to get at is if you had like a Silver Edge or a Shadow... Silver Edge is lower cooldown than a Shadow Blade. So you might be able to hit him and initiate towards the end of a Shadow Blade initiation, chase after him, and catch him before he gets like his next blink away, because the blink range is pretty short, and if you're fast enough with like a Sandra Yasha or drums or something, you might be able to catch the anti-mage after he blinks and then continue fighting and kill him before his next blink is up. So like, you easily could have snowballed in this game if you just played smart, but you got nothing from bottom lane. Your starting items were terrible. You got Poor Man's Shield, 2 branches, so you couldn't deal with any harass. I mean, your gyro didn't help the case obviously since he fed a ton and made your lane harder, but like, you can't help that sometimes. You just gotta do what's best for yourself. And yeah, I don't know. And you just never tried to catch up in the woods. Your skill build didn't allow you to do it really because you didn't have Dark Back maxed. You never got any more stats. Like, there's no reason not to have a wand if you're gonna be sitting on 2 branches. It's such an economical item. Like, wand's the only item in Dota where you'll sell it to get an item and then maybe rebuy it. And I've done that so many times. I've done that probably. I've never sold and rebought an item except like a wand, really. That's it. That's the only item I could think of where I've sold it to get something and then bought it again. So it's £6. They have a Shadow Blade, but it's 35 minutes. You can't. You pass the point where you can sneak up on people and kill them. So the Shadow Blade would have helped you if you got it first. So you could have killed Alina, you could have killed Avenge, optimistically, and Ursa maybe if you had someone else. And like you could have gotten that. The Silver Edge would have been really good this game. You could disassemble this and get it, but I mean, you can have a Sanjiasha and a Silver Edge. Their main stack. There's no reason. You can still get it. It's not bad or anything. Hey, you killed someone. That's good. But yeah, it's 36 minutes. You have 3 creeps a minute. You still have no items. Pretty much no one has to be scared of you. So that's the moral of the story. Like you reached a point where your hero is just pretty useless. I was like, why is this aim attacking so fast? I'm like, alright, ×2. Derp. That's cute. That was really cute. I liked it. Like right now, is this game even? I mean, yeah, as I figured, they're winning by quite a bit. This Meepo's playing pretty well, and like the Meepo can kill you by himself, and you can't kill any single one of his Meepos. It'd be like impossibly hard. It's just fed as shit. And once you get an Ags, like look at your HP pool is still pretty shit too. But I don't mean to be like over critical or anything. It's just like you probably need a wake up call. If you look at this game, you don't see what you could have done wrong. There's just so much. I hope this kind of gives you like perspective on how to approach things better. One, I really wouldn't run Slark in an offlane position. It's not good, particularly when it's a dual lane, because then you're not going to get the experience you need to get kills and catch up. And you have an idiot who does this. I think in low level games, people pretty much always dual lane though. So you could just go jungle or something. Like you got a jungle to Doom would have been more effective than whatever the hell happened down here. Or, you know, it's definitely better offlane here. Doom is just the one I mentioned just because like is the epitome of being like fucking so good, because he negates 1 or 2 heroes. If you get a refresher, it's 2. If you don't get a refresher, it's 1. And he's like ridiculously strong in laning phase now. But at this point, this Meepo's fed as all hell. Over 4,000 health. So you can just split push and just destroy everything. You need a blink. Oh right, that's what he doesn't have. I knew there was something missing. You need a blink on Meepo, so he's definitely not a good Meepo. He just knew how to farm and got like creeps on him, and got kills. Definitely better than everyone else in this game though. That AM is once again horrible. I've never even seen. This is crazy. No Manta. He's building a crit. No Battle Fury. But alright. So this is kind of where we'll end this. Nothing great's gonna happen. You're not gonna get any items. You've never really accomplished anything. I think you must have just gotten like a good kill and were able to too lazy to scroll up. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, like you have stuff now, but it's like too late, too little, too late at this point. Because you're still not really a threat. Like you could stop people from TPing, I guess. Bold bold attempt, friend. Bold attempt. Jesus, and he's only stolen 48 damage. Your team's up shit's creek right now. Is he giving away more damage than he's stolen? I wouldn't be surprised if the answer was yes. I wonder if he gives away damage if he duels like the non-real Meepo. Yeah, that even works. I really thought about that mechanic. I don't know. What the fuck? I guess you're getting an MKB. He's got a butterfly. Okay, that's like a smart item pickup. Yeah, sorry, I'm towards the tail end here. I'm kind of like tired, and like I said, there's so many issues in those first 10 minutes where you didn't have farming rotations, your skill build sucked, and your item build sucked, and your no region haunted you during the early part of the game. And that's like the story of how you guys lost this game. You had a 5 carry team that barely farmed like 12 creeps a minute. A team that's like farming the map and utilizing the map well should get like 30. An individual hero can get like 12, and that's acceptable. But like your team just sucked. You played poorly. And like you could say like, oh, my team sucked too and that gyro sucked, but you have to focus on what you can do as an individual to improve this. And as a Slark, in a game like this, you should literally never die. They have 2 stuns you can dodge. And like Meepo net's kind of annoying, but I think you can pact out of it too. The AM should never be able to kill you. You should really have trouble killing the AM until you're like super fed and you can like force shit if you were a good AM. But you could kill the Ursa, Silver Edge, and like more items. You can kill this Ursa. You can totally man up on this guy. But you just put yourself too far behind and didn't have the items required. But hope that helps out. If you have any more questions, send me a message or give me some feedback. Have a good one, man.